Okay, cool. So use the chat. Let me pull that chat up. I want to hear from you guys too. Oh, I love the haze. Um, did everybody attend base camp this past weekend, or are you guys here because you didn't and you're hoping I'm going to give you all bombs? Okay, some people did. So I'm going to tell you guys something. I did not attend base camp. Is anybody like surprised?
No, I totally said, I bet Erica's not even watching. You guys were having way too much fun.
I know we had it on in the background for like a solid hour, but none of us were, I don't think any of us were listening. So I was planning over the last couple of days to like listen into everything that I missed. But as you guys probably know, we haven't gotten all of the training. So I talked to corporate today just to kind of get an idea because I knew that that was going to be a question on the call. So they sent out one today, and that was the guest speaker. I think her name is Heather. I did listen to hers. Is that her name? And I posted that in the fire in Fire. Anyways, but and then they sent out their general session, and that's all that I've received so far. But how it's going to work is you are only going to get the recordings for the rank that you were qualified as. So you may have watched it with other people and you were able to watch some of the other ones. Like let's say you're a director, you were able to watch the rep and junior rep and senior rep one, but you won't be getting access to those in your email. So don't worry if you're missing that, that's normal. You won't be getting anything higher than your rank, if that makes sense, or lower. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, cool. There's a lot of questions around that. So I did ask them when they're going to be sending those out, and she thought that we already had. So if you have not received the trainings for your qualified rank, then email customer service as long as you paid for a base camp ticket. If you didn't pay, you're not going to be getting the email, and then maybe reach out to your upline and see how they can support you. Some of the directors ones were on YouTube. I've heard that they will probably be taking those down. And I've also heard that some people can't even view them for some weird reason. So I wouldn't rely on those at all either. So let's use the chat. I want to know, Danielle was her name. I don't even know what I said. I want to know what you guys took away. I got a lot of feedback after base camp. And I'm excited to see what you guys think or something that you're going to implement. So use the chat, and I'm going to kind of keep an eye on that. I've done a ton of these types of corporate things where they come together and they bring in all these different trainers and they tell you all this stuff, and you feel like you're sitting there and you just think you can't take notes fast enough. You are like, I need to be doing more. And like all of a sudden, like there's parts of you that are exploding with excitement. There's also parts of you feeling like you haven't been doing enough and that you need to get your head out of your butt. And all of that is probably valid feelings, right? At some level. But I want to just reiterate here that these trainings are to really plug you into a lot of aspects. And some of these things you might know, they're just really great reminders. Some of these things you haven't been doing and you should start doing. And then there's a lot of these things, guys, that you just need to do this with, because they're not for you. And I want like to give you that opening. There's been a lot of times where I've been in these trainings and I've written notes, and then I wrote a priority of how I'm going to implement those and what quarter. And some of them, I'm like, why would I implement that? That's not me. Those aren't my values. That's not how I feel. That's not how I want to run my business. Those aren't things that feel right. And so I want to make sure that everybody feels like it's okay to maybe not agree with something or not want to implement that into their business. Typically, if we see somebody speaking, we assume that they are super successful, when in all reality, that's not always the case. So don't feel like if you don't implement all those things and do everything that everybody told you, you're not going to be successful, because that's a bunch of BS, because you can be, because I'm not doing half of the things that I heard other people were doing out there, and I'm still here. Okay, you guys, you have to figure out what works for you. So take all those ideas and identify which ones, top 3. And I know that you probably have 50 on your list. So figure out 3 of them that you want to implement. That's it. If there's more than 3, I think you have to figure out how much time you have, what you actually want to be doing with your business, right? Like if you have time to implement more than 3, we need to be having a huge talk, because you need to be like the next DZE on this team. if you have that much time to implement more than 3. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. I'm seeing a lot of head noggins. You guys, I haven't even drank today. Dang it. That's my problem. Okay. I love all these things that you guys are doing. Read the chat so you can get some ideas and kind of think, okay, you guys put like 2. Okay, cool. So that's really the bulk of what I wanted to talk about with Basecamp, to be honest, because A, I didn't really listen to them. B, I feel like me just training you guys on the same stuff that I've been training you on isn't probably going to make you do anything different. One thing that I was really excited about with the feedback around Basecamp, and I would love to see what you guys thought, was everybody was really excited about all the information, but I got a lot of feedback saying, we're already doing all of this. Like, I have heard all these things from Zaya Fire trainers multiple times. And you guys, it wasn't, when people were telling me this, I wasn't like feeling like, oh, toot my horn, like I'm so excited, like we're BA. Honestly, what I was thinking is, that's amazing that we have this like elite of a group of women that can come together and do that. And secondly, that there's that many women who are plugging into all of these things. Because if you felt that way during Basecamp, guess what, girlfriend? That means you are completely plugged into Zaya Fire and you are there and showing up for all of the trainings. Because it was, right? It was reiterating, but you might have heard it in a different way. And I hope that maybe it sinks in. But that was really, really exciting to hear. Now, with that said, I got a lot of feedback saying, hey, I already know all of this. Why did I pay for Basecamp? So let's talk about that. Why did you pay for Basecamp? Because you guys, I didn't know what was going to be said, right? And I truly believe that all of us should plug in as much as we can and get as much from other people here at a different time. And you never know if you might have missed one of those trainings. But here's the other thing. So if you're one of those people who are like, yeah, I already heard all this, I want something different from corporate, what is it? What would you like to have heard? Like, what trainings do you need in your business to be more successful? And you can use a chat. One thing that I felt like I've always needed in my business to be more successful is specific trainings, like how to take better photos, right? Because you guys, we know on social media, like that's something huge, right? So that's why at the retreat in Breckenridge, we did photo training. We've also done it virtually here, which is really hard. But doing things like that, like how can we bring in outside people to teach us about things? We all know that we need to message people. We all can get better at our language. But guess what? That comes through practice. But what can we do that we're not all pros at yet? Because the way of the world. So I heard somebody say, maybe it was this Daniel Hawthorne or whatever. She said that videos are now becoming like the way of the world, right? Like, no more graphics, babies, no more of that, right? Not no more, but like it's just not as catching, right? You're not gaining as much of a following as you do from like a video. And I started thinking about this analogy, and I feel like this team in particular, we're really good about, we're always putting our face out there, right? But it just made me think of even more like, how can we get better with our videos? What are some things that we're not doing that we're just like translating over from photo to video, but maybe it's not a direct transfer. So I just wanted you guys to start thinking about things like that when you are wondering what kind of trainings would be beneficial to your business. Even, talking about maybe a mindset coach or something like that. I'm really working on bringing out one outside person to come in and talk to us a month. And this year so far, 2 out of 3 months, we have nailed it. But there's a lot of professions that could bring us just a great wealth of knowledge. And I think that outside perspective might even be more valuable than somebody in this business doing the same thing as us, right? So that was something I wanted to throw out there to you guys. And that really puts me into, so if you have topic ideas, can you please email ziababes@gmail.com? Can somebody put that in the chat? ziababes@gmail.com. We would love to hear that. Thank you, Jamie. I see you getting up to do that. Okay. So that puts me into our next topic, ladies, which is where Team Zaya Fire's at, what all is going on, because there is a lot right now. There's a ton going on. And I want to make sure everybody feels good about where you're sitting within all of that, because I know a lot of leaders are feeling overwhelmed. I know a lot of people are wondering which way they should go or what they should be a part of. So every month in the announcement section, you guys can find a calendar. And I suggest that you utilize that and save that to your phone. Maybe you have a monthly calendar section in an album in your phone and you can pull that up. We have five things now that we're really focused on. Okay. The first one is our new rep training. Okay. Every month we have 2 of those. Okay. Usually it is the first Thursday and the third Thursday. But again, they're always on that calendar. And then we have our Fire Up to Senior Rep training, and that is brand new, ladies. The kickoff is tomorrow. We're super excited. All of us trainers are exhausted beyond belief because it has been a lot of work, but it's going to be really freaking good. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hop in the next one, because you might be overwhelmed if you hop in right now. So that has been a lot of work. That has been an application only type training. We really want people who are going to be serious about that. We had 289 applicants, which is insane. That's so exciting to see so many people wanting to grow in this business. And that's for anybody who has not already hit the rank of senior rep or who has hit it, but is not doing it consistently. Okay, so there's that. So that's 3 things. And then our Discover Zaya call. Are you guys utilizing this call? I talk about this thing all the time, but you guys, we have like an 80% success rate of people hopping on the call to actually enrolling. Did you hear that? Like if you got 10 people on the call over the course of next couple months, your odds of getting 8 of those 10 to sign up are far greater than if you just tried to do it on your own. Why? Because people want to be part of something bigger. They get that FOMO feeling. They hear from all of us and they're like, yeah, I want to do this. These girls are telling me that I can do this too. And they're going to connect with the Jamie Fearings of the world. They're going to connect with Chelsea, who's talking about how she's got her ring light on behind her. I think it looks like it is on, but we all have different stories and somebody's going to connect with something different. And guess what, you guys, you're not everybody's cup of tea. Hate to break it to you. I recruit people all the time that I have absolutely nothing in common with, but there's going to be somebody else on the team whose story can speak to them and they can link up with, right? They're going to enroll under you, obs, but okay. Let's see, those are the 4 things. What is my 5th thing that we have? Oh, the Fill Your Closet event. Our next one is the beginning of April. And this was the like a customer appreciation booking event, which might be why we're all so tired. We're booking so many parties, running so many parties right now. Anybody else feel that? Like, I really hope you do. I really hope you do. Yeah. 1,233 parties, you guys. It was like the company, a bunch of different teams are doing this type of a thing. I'm not giving away our secrets, don't worry. And like their party bookings were like maybe 250. Like, you guys, that's crazy. And these people have way larger teams than us. So we did it right. We really did. We really did, which made me feel really good about how we executed inviting people and not having it be like a mass calling. Okay. I really appreciate you, Becky Williams. You've just been like on point with the nods and like the yeah, girls. Okay, so there's that. All of that going on. The last thing I want to talk about before we hop off here, I answer questions. So if you have questions, let me know. But the Zaya Fire retreat. Posted a video yesterday of why you guys should go. Definitely listen to it. And when you see Jamie Fearing make you laugh, you guys, I literally was crying. My husband's like, what's wrong? I'm like, the cactus. He's like, what? And I'm like, I just can't. Okay, if you have watched this video, you know what I'm talking about. She's freaking hilarious. You need to go watch this video. It's all about the Zaya Fire retreat, and I posted it yesterday. But this is why you need to come and meet these women, because when I'm talking about Jamie, you're like, yeah, cool, Erica, you talk about Jamie a lot, yeah. But you guys, I don't know her from anywhere. She's like on my 4th, 3rd, I don't even know level. Okay. But I freaking love her. And I get in a room with her and I can't stop laughing. And the stories that are told for like decades now, probably to come, are going to be amazing. So this is why you want to be there, is so that you can be a part of one of these inside jokes, right? But hopefully you all are coming. I do see a lot of names that I already saw on the registration list. So we have 100 and last number I got yesterday was 113, but we've been getting people enrolling by the day. You guys, we have 5 hotel rooms left. I don't even want to tell you guys how many we had to book out. Like if we didn't book them, it was going to cost $22,000. So if you just want to think about that, we have a crap ton of people wanting to come to this event. Now, if we fill the rooms, I talked to her today, we might be able to get a few more at our rate. There is still hotel rooms available at our hotel, but not for our rate. So if you or somebody you know has been, I might come, I might not, make sure they get their room. And let's see. What's the date today? It's like the 8th. So you have to have it booked for our group rate by the 19th regardless, even if I can get more rooms, because then after that, we close that off, unfortunately. So I want to make sure you guys were aware of that. It's March 9th. Thanks, guys. Oh my God. Here we are. So make sure that you get all of your stuff booked, plane ticket bought, everything like that. If anything is to happen and you are not able to make it or anything, please let us know, because we will start a wait list for rooms that are under our rate once we book those. So please let me know. Yes, I love you guys saying you're so excited for Arizona. Is everybody coming? Raise your hand. Yeah. Oh, so many people. I really hope you can make it. I realize like that there's a pandemic still going on. Like don't think I'm not realizing that. So you do whatever's best for you in that situation. But if you can make it happen, definitely do it. Definitely do it. And if you're alone and you're like, I don't know who I would room with, like reach out, zibabes@gmail.com. We will find you roommates. There's already been people reaching out with special needs or different things like that. And we want to make sure that we help you room with somebody. It doesn't have to be a weird thing. There's so many girls here that I'm like, hey, you guys are just going to room together. It's fine. Last month to earn the director's retreat, if you've already earned 2 months of it, if you enrolled in January or February, if you hit director just one of the months, so January, February, or March, you have automatically earned it as well, which you want to be there for that too. Any questions or anything? I'm taking pictures of people for later, a little embarrassment going on. I'm just kidding. Maybe. Jamie already knows it's her. Okay. Oh, hey, Heather, thanks. A little shout out. It says Babes Empower Babes. I've been wanting one of these like forever because everybody has one. You guys know, like everybody has their cute little Zaya cup when they're like live. And I'm like, yeah, I hate all of you. I don't have one. So Heather makes them on our team. And it's got so much detail, and she actually ships them to you. I know some of you guys, others might make them, but I ordered a cup for somebody back in October and they never got it. So Heather made it. Heather made that, girls. I don't know if you knew that, but the cup you made for Lexi was one that she was supposed to get back in October. But the girl got busy. You got busy with my money? Thanks, Dawn, for laughing at me. All right, ladies. I don't have anything else. I know that this is kind of lame. Yikes. Anything else? No questions? Did I miss any questions, Jamie? Jamie, you need a nap. You're tired, boo. No.
I'm exhausted. I had a crazy weekend. I feel like I haven't slept or caught up on my sleep yet.
Well, did you even watch any of Base Camp? I saw a lot of you guys. I was getting texted photos. It was awesome.
We watched most of it until like the very end, and then everybody was like, "Can we go get a drink?" They were like, "Done. We need food," and yeah. But it was a fun day.
That's good. Anybody else get together with teams or do anything? I know Marissa did. I saw that photos of you gals. Dee, did you go to Anna's house? I saw Cass had some people over. Everybody's
A couple
out.
gals came over to my house. So there was just 3 of us, but we snacked and watched and chatted. So it was good.
That is good. Sometimes it's nice to be like intimate with just a couple people too.
And it was a great excuse to not have my kids. Just saying.
Yeah. Wow.
Lacey and I did decide though that next year we're going to be on the beach in Florida with you, Erica. So just so you know, we invited ourselves.
Definitely. I highly recommend that. I know Cass almost bought an overnight ticket down.
I was really close to going, like, yeah, like really, really close.
Everybody's invited. Unless you're going to judge me, then I'll kick you off the tiki boat. That's my life. All right, ladies, we will see you later. Bye.